Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Soka University of America on this auspicious occasion. We will now begin our ceremony. Please stand for the 2011 Commencement Processional. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2011 commencement honoring the 7th undergraduate class of Soka University of America. Please remain standing as the student chorus sings the national anthem.
Mercy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Now, please welcome the president of Soka University of America, Daniel Habuki.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our 2011 Commencement Ceremony celebrating the graduation of the 7th undergraduate class of Soka University of America. Our celebration today also coincides with the historical 10-year anniversary of the university in Aliso Viejo. On this wonderful occasion, we are honored to welcome our distinguished guest and the commencement speaker, Mr. Hiromasa Ikeda. We are also very fortunate to have with us today the mayor of Aliso Viejo, Carmen Kay. Joining me today as a member of the platform party, I am very pleased to welcome members of our board of trustees, as well as members of our distinguished faculties. I'd like to acknowledge their great contribution to the university with a warm round of applause. Thank you very much. On behalf of our entire SU community, it gives me great pleasure to welcome the family and friends of our graduate. I understand many of you have come long distance to be here today. Thank you for joining us. I would also like to thank our founder, Daisaku Ikeda, for establishing this university and for constantly offering us, especially our students, his warm support. To the class of 2011, welcome, and congratulations on today's conference of your Bachelor of Arts degree in Liberal Arts. Today's commencement marks an exciting milestone in our university history, as it is the first ceremony held in this Soka Performing Arts Center. The continued growth and the development of our university would not be possible without the generous support from so many sincere individuals around the world who care about Soka University. I remember back in 2001 when we welcomed Mr. Hiromasa Ikeda, our commencement speaker today, to SUA at our first entrance ceremony. Mr. Ikeda, he shared that the success of this new university would depend on one condition: appreciation. He hoped that you, the student, would develop and depart from SUA with kind of appreciation that when you look at the doors, windows of buildings, you remember the hope that those ordinary people have in each of you to contribute to a peaceful world. To all of our graduates, I'd like to take a moment to share my own reflection of graduation. This year marks 40 years since I graduated from Soka High School in 1971, a school system also founded by SU's founder, Daisaku Ikeda. Although Mr. Ikeda did not attend my graduation, our graduation, he sent a heartfelt message similar to today. From that message, there are 2 points that I have forever engraved in my life, from which I like to share with you. First, he shared his hope for each graduate to live up to the ideal of humanism, simply to be human. Second, he also encouraged each graduating student to be yourself, or in other words, to never lose sight of who you are. The founder's wish was that we accomplished all of our lifelong dreams based on these points. In a sense, by being true to oneself and being humanistic, we will naturally lead contributive lives in society. Although these expectations seem rather simple, I believe it is not easy to live by. For myself, even after 40 years, I still believe it is a lifelong challenge to live true to these two ideals. I ask each of the graduating seniors today to reflect upon the message from the founder that we have received today or in the past and use it as a guiding post for your life. I hope as you reflect on your undergraduate experience today, many of you are certainly feeling great joy and full of hope for the future, despite not knowing what is to come. Please be confident that the mission of the SUA is being carried out by each of you, leading contributive life in your own unique way. I have always believed that exceptional results take time, so please enjoy your journey as young founders following your dreams and passion. I hope you always remember that as you transition into members of our esteemed alumni, the true heart and lifeblood of SUA exists within each of you. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2011. On behalf of the entire SUA community, we wish you, the graduating senior, the best of good health, success, and happiness. In closing, please never forget to be human and be yourself. Thank you. And it is now my pleasure to welcome the mayor of Aliso Viejo, Carmen Cave, one of our greatest friends and supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mayor Cave.
Wow. You're all in my town. This is an amazing place. Congratulations to all of you here and all over the world. You have accomplished an amazing thing by building this facility, this university in my little town. Thank you very much for your gift. We've been a city for 10 years. Soka is having its 10th anniversary. I think there's a little something going on between us, don't you think? I have a proclamation today that reads as follows. Whereas Daisaku Ikeda is the founder of Soka University of America, Aliso Viejo, and whereas Soka University of America's Aliso Viejo campus was dedicated on May 3rd, 2001, and whereas Soka University of America has offered lectures with Nobel Peace Laureates and other distinguished speakers, documentary film, music recitals, and a variety of cultural events and festivals to residents of Aliso Viejo, and whereas Soka University of America has been recognized by Newsweek as one of the top 25 colleges in the United States in 4 different categories. Congratulations. And whereas both Soka University of America and the City of Aliso Viejo are celebrating their 10th anniversaries in 2011, now therefore I, Mayor Carmen Cave, on behalf of the City Council of the City of Aliso Viejo, extend congratulations to Soka University of America on its 10th anniversary and to the graduating class of 2011. And before I finish, I have a word of wisdom for you. I've been on the City Council since we started 10 years ago. You learn a lot, you find out a lot, and you make a few mistakes. We're not infallible. However, one thing I will say to you, and please remember this, there is a lot of pride in this room today, and it's because of you, your accomplishments, and what you will accomplish tomorrow and the day after and the day after. If ever you feel like you can't go forward anymore, remember today, remember the pride in this room. Reach out to whoever was your friend today, your family member, and tell them, I need help, I remember, and they will help you. You are not alone. Nature has been cruel to us this year. Some of us have family members across the world that have had terrible disasters happen to them. It's happening across the United States today. But people go on. You can reach deep within you. You can. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Cave, and thank you, President Ibuki. My name is Jay Heffron, Dean of Students here at SUA. I'm very happy to report that we've received a message to the class of 2011 from our university founder, Daisaku Ikeda. An electronic version of the full text of his message has been sent to all students and to all members of the campus community. In addition, at last night's appreciation reception, I had the honor of reading the founder's message to parents and friends of our graduating class. At this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to share a few excerpts from his message. Message from SUA founder Daisaku Ikeda. To Soka University of America's class of 2011, each of whom I cherish with my life, congratulations on your graduation and on the glorious success of this ceremony. I thank you for having dedicated the past 4 years to your studies and for forging your character and growing as individuals at the same time. I laud you for this feat achieved in your time of youth. We have all triumphed as a result. The 10th anniversary of the Aliso Viejo campus has been an unqualified success. We owe this to those who embraced this school from its inception, men and women who poured their hearts as well as energies into its development. And for their work, I shall always remain indebted. As this is a day in which the class of 2011 sets forth into the world, I call out to you, bear the banners for new paths of peace and our humanity. Our world is being repeatedly rocked by intractable issues, from the food crisis and disparities created by poverty to natural disasters, global warming, and outbreaks of regional conflicts. It is precisely because we live in such trying times that the need for a truly united network of global citizens is imperative. For they possess the global vision, the belief in life's ultimate sanctity, the drive and energy to create peace, to better our world. In his inaugural address delivered half a century ago, President John F. Kennedy called out to a Cold War world mired in an East-West standoff and haunted by the specter of a nuclear holocaust. I quote, "We offer not a pledge but a request that both sides begin anew the quest for peace before the dark powers of destruction unleashed by science engulf all humanity in planned or accidental self-destruction." In another address, President Kennedy wrote, "Most of the new steps toward peaceful cooperation will require a new approach to the Cold War. primarily a desire to compete in a host of peaceful arenas, in ideas, in production, and in service to all humanity. The contest will continue, but it should be a contest in leadership instead of destruction, a contest in achievement instead of intimidation. Unquote. Allow me to reiterate this point by the President, quote, to compete in service to all humanity, unquote. It resonates deeply with the idea of humanitarian competition proposed by Tsunesaburo Makaguchi, founder of Soka pedagogy at the turn of the 20th century, when the scourge of imperialism began to sweep across the world. I believe it is the only viable form of competition in which our world can afford to engage, enabling us to resolutely respond to the myriad challenges from our past that remain unresolved to this day. A struggle to be won through education to enrich our humanity, advance peace, and develop global citizens. And you are the ones who bravely bear the banners of peace and humanity at the forefront of this battle. As a youth, one of my favorite adages was this from the renowned philanthropist Andrew Carnegie, quote, I believe that the true road to preeminent success in any line is to make yourself master of that line. Carnegie also understood that a cheerful life would not succumb to adversity. There is very little success, he stated, where there is little laughter. I urge the class of 2011 to learn from Carnegie's words and example, living each day in joy and with great care, whatever your choice of work or pursuit. Advance along your chosen path, one sure-footed stride at a time, and become a person who is indispensable by being the best at what you do. As you are all the young co-founders of this school, it is the success, solidarity, and victory that each of you achieve which will breathe new life into the name of Soka and ensure that SUA will fulfill its promise. Remember, there can be no impasse in a life spent in creating value. I ask this of you then. Master your role in the great drama of life in a way true to yourself until the very end, bringing forth the creative energy you honed here at SUA to the fullest. This day is a new start for you. Let us set off toward further progress. Our goal is to scale the summits that bring us closer to this timeless completion, winning victory after victory. Long live our SUA. Long live our glorious class of 2001. Daisaku Ikeda, founder, Soka University of America, May 27th, 2001. For those of you who would like a full text of the founder's message, it's available at our university website, a little advertisement there, at www.soka.edu. Please visit there. We will now have a performance of the student song, On the Path of Peace, led by the student chorus and orchestra, and you can find the lyrics, if you like, in the back of your program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very beautiful performance of our student song. At this time, I'd like to introduce today's commencement speaker, Mr. Hiromasa Ikeda. As I briefly mentioned in my remarks, his dedication to SUA's growth and the development date back many years, so we are very fortunate to welcome him back today. Mr. Ikeda is the eldest son of our university founder. He is currently a member of the Board of Trustees of Soka University, Japan, a member of the Board of Directors for the Minyon Concert Association, and the executive advisor to the Tokyo Fuji Art Museum. Prior to his appointment, he worked in the field of education, specifically as a teacher of social sciences at Kansai Soka High School in Osaka, Japan. He has published 2 books, including a collection of essays titled My Path of Youth, chronicling his early years as well as his experience as a teacher and as a representative of his father on various occasions across the globe. And at this point, I'd like to share some good news. As many of you may know, back in February of 2008, our Board of Trustees unanimously conferred SUA's first honorary doctoral degree to our university founder. Last year, we presented this honorary degree to him on November 18, 2010, the date marking the 80th anniversary of Soka Education's founding. In honor of our 10th anniversary, the university founder recently took a commemorative picture wearing our university medal together with a certificate of degree. This picture was presented by Hiromasa Ikeda to our Board of Trustees earlier today. On behalf of entire SUA community, I'd like to extend my deepest appreciation to the founder for his constant support and consideration, and to Hiromasa Ikeda for being with us here today on this special occasion. Now, please welcome Mr. Hiromasa Ikeda.
Good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon to all of you.
10年前の第1回の入学式のことを思い出しておりますが、その時に、参加をされた、日本から参加された、ご父兄、また支援者の方が、アメリカ創価大学入学式、唯一、分かったのは私の日本語のスピーチだけだったと、ほっとしたということを言われましたが、10年経っても私の、英語の能力は発展をしませんで、今日も日本語でやらせていただきます。
At this moment, I am recalling 10 years ago at the matriculation ceremony for SUA in 2001. There were many visitors from Japan at that time, and they shared with me that I'm so glad that you were here today because your speech is the only one that we understood. And I must report to you that in the ensuing 10 years, my English has not improved one bit.
最初に、ただいま羽吹学長からお話がありましたとおり、創立者が、SUA の皆さんの真心に感謝しながら第1号の名誉学域の、受けまして、そのメダルを、とともに、記念の写真に収まりました。
So as was introduced by the president, the SUA's first honorary doctoral degree was conferred upon my father, the founder, and he has taken a picture, a photograph with that medal.
その写真の、背景に、実は、富士と桜の写真を背景にバックに、写真を撮りましたが、その写真というのが、父が撮りました富士と桜の写真であります。で、今回 その時に、背後にあったその写真学を、SUA の10周年、またこの草加芸術センターのオープニングのお祝いとして、ぜひ、届けてもらいたいということで、今日その実物を預かってまいりましたので、最初にご披露いたします。
Appearing behind the founder and my mother is a photograph of Mount Fuji and some cherry trees. And so this photograph was on the wall at the time they took the picture, and they are bringing this photograph inside the auditorium now. And the founder has asked that this photograph be donated to SUA to mark the 10th anniversary of the university's founding.
今の写真学はこの後このロビーで一旦、今日は展示をさせていただいて、でその後に、この芸術センターの、しかるべきところに、展示をされるという予定になっております。
And so you will have an opportunity to view this photograph outside in the lobby. It will be placed on an easel just outside of here. And after that, the SUA will determine the most appropriate spot on campus to display the photo.
父にとっては、たくさんの写真の中でも特にやはり、自分がとって好きな写真からまた SUA の10周年にふさわしいということで選び、でその写真の前でこの名誉学域とともに写真を撮りましたので、そういう意義を込めた写真学であります。
So for my father, of course, he's an avid photographer. He selected this picture, this photograph that he took because he likes it very much, and he thought it was most appropriate to mark this occasion of the 10th anniversary. And this is why he had it displayed behind himself and my mother at the time to commemorate his receiving SUA's first honorary doctoral degree.
また、今日は、7期生の皆さん、本当に卒業おめでとうございます。
And congratulations to the class of 2011.
2011年の卒業の7期生ということで、セブンイレブンという、世界でも日本でも有名な、まさに卒業生になると思います。
And the seventh graduating class is graduating in this year of 2011. You will be long remembered, and you will become world famous as the class of 711.
で卒業生の皆さんはどうか、お世話になったご家族の皆様、また、SUA の皆さん、また、アリソビエホの皆さん、また世界中の皆さん、中んずく、創立者に対してその恩に報えるような、そういう皆さんになってほしいと思いますと。
And so I would like to ask all of you graduates of the class of 2011 to please have a spirit of gratitude and also the spirit to really give back to all the people who have made your education here possible, your parents, all of your family members, the people of Aliso Viejo, all the supporters here at SUA, and not the least of whom is the founder, Daisaku Ikeda.
で現在創立者は250年以上の歴史を誇るモスクワ大学のサドビニチ総長との新たな対談を進めております。でそこで話題と なりましたのは、この SUA が歩んできた21世紀の最初の10年間というのは、モスクワ大学にとってもこれまでにない新たな建設であったということであります。それはソ連邦の崩壊の後、過酷な激動の時代を生き抜いてきた若い世代を育て、新生ロシアを担う人材を、新生ロシアを担う人材として送り出すという、そういう使命であったとあります。
And the founder has started a new dialogue with the rector of Lomonosov Moscow State University, an illustrious university with a 250-year history of existence. And SUA is also about to start its second decade of history. Lomonosov Moscow State University, for the last 10 years of the first decade of the 21st century, has had to grapple with the task of nurturing the young souls who have come up in the in Russia after the dissolution of the Soviet Union, a very chaotic and uncertain time in the history of that nation.
人間も団体もまた社会も次々と襲い来る挑戦に断固として応戦する中で発展をするというのはトインビー博士の洞察であります。中んずく立ち返るべき原点を持つところはいかなる事態に直面しても強いものであります。
The great historian Arnold Toynbee asserted that individuals, organizations, societies, and even civilizations all develop through a process of challenge and response by resolutely meeting the various and often severe challenges that continue to confront them. In this sense, those who have a prime point, a source of consistent renewal and inspiration, are able to remain strong even in the face of the most difficult challenges.
サトビ総長は、こう語っておりました。モスクワ大学の創立者はロモノーソフですが、そのロモノーソフは常に帰るべき永遠の原点であり、出発すべき起点です。モスクワ大学がロモノーソフの名を冠しているのは、創立者の意思を受け継いでいくとの決意の表れですと、まさしく創立の精神を自らの原点として大切にすることは、永続的な発展の力であります。
In his dialogue with my father, Rector Sadovnichi has stressed that the founder of Moscow State University, who is Mikhail Lomonosov, serves as such a source of inspiration, and that the university's inclusion of his name in its official title symbolizes the resolve to carry on the founder's will and vision. Indeed, when the founding spirit of an institution is cherished and made the basis of each individual's action, it can serve as a source of energy for continuous perpetual development.
本日のテーマを、創価教育と世界の市民とさせていただきましたが、創立者は1996年コロンビア大学での講演で、戦争を止め人類の平和と幸福に貢献しゆく世界市民の資質を3点挙げました。それは第一に、生命の相関性を深く認識する知恵。第二に、いかなる災も恐れない勇気。そして第三に、人々と同苦し、連帯しゆく慈悲の3点です。本日はこの3項目と創立者の SUA の構想を踏まえて、世界市民の精神について、何点かの所感を申し述べたいと思います。
The theme of my talk today is Soka education and world citizenship. In 1996, in a lecture delivered at Columbia University, the founder proposed the following qualities for the kind of world citizens who can bring an end to war and contribute to the peace and happiness of humanity. First, the wisdom to perceive the interdependence of all life. Second, the courage not to fear difference. Third, the compassion to empathize with others and forge ties of solidarity with them. Based on these 3 points, together with SUA's founding vision, I would like to share some thoughts with you on the spirit of global citizenship.
第一に、知恵の光で一遇を照らせという点であります。ウィリアムス・ジェームスは、それぞれの人間が自らの行動の及ぶ身近な世界を改善し、救っていく、そこに世界全体の成長と救済もあると訴えました。すなわち、現実の改善こそ知恵の進化であります。
I would like to begin with the notion of illuminating the corner of the world you inhabit with the light of wisdom. The philosopher William James urged that if individuals everywhere would endeavor to improve and save the world of their immediate surroundings, that would lead in turn to the salvation of the entire world. The value of wisdom lies in our capacity to improve reality.
総理者は第二次世界大戦後の混乱の時代に青春の命を燃やして学び、また働きました。そしていずれの勤め先でも大きく発展をさせ、立派にし、栄えさせていきました。それが創立者の誇りでもあります。焦らず、自分の行った場所で信頼を勝ち取り、貢献して栄えさせていく。その労苦の中で真の知恵が磨かれ、光を放っていく。自らの堅固な地盤が築かれます。そしてそれがより大きく人のため、社会のため、世界のために貢献していけるのであります。
In his early days, the founder's heart burned with youthful passion as he studied and worked amid the chaos that prevailed in the years following Japan's defeat in World War II. He considers it a point of pride that, in those youthful years, he was able to contribute to the growth and flourishing of any workplace. It is important to avoid being impatient and to work hard to win the trust of others wherever you go, making that workplace develop and prosper. It is through such struggles that you will be able to polish the kind of genuine wisdom that will illuminate your life. You will also be building an enduring foundation for your life, and you will be able to contribute importantly to the good of others, society, and the world.
第2に、勇気で壁を破れという点であります。打ち破るべき壁とは、まず人間と人間を分断する壁です。ジョン・デューイは、平和という目的には、もっと積極的な理念が重要だと喝破した。すなわち、人種、地理、派閥、差別、国境など、あらゆる障壁を乗り越えて交流を促進することであります。
The second point that I would like to stress is the importance of courageously breaking through obstacles and bringing down walls. The first kind of wall that must be brought down are those that separate and divide people. John Dewey declared that there needs to be an effective ideal to support efforts to create peace. It is essential that we overcome the barriers of misunderstanding and prejudice based on differences of race, nationality, geography, or affiliation.
それはまさに創立者の行動でもあります。例えば冷戦時代、アメリカのキッシンジャー、ソ連のコスイギン、中国の周恩来をはじめ、大国の指導者たちと直接相結び、冷戦終結への潮流を起こした。大胆に道を開く。これこそ創立者が皆さんに託しゆく強き魂であります。偏見や無理解など、人間と人間を分断する障壁は人間自身の中にある。それを打ち破るのは勇気の対話であります。
The consistent efforts made by the founder embody this spirit. For example, in the midst of the Cold War, he met with leading world figures including U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, Soviet Premier Alexei Kosygin, and Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai. Through these meetings, he was able to help diffuse tensions and generate momentum toward a resolution of East-West conflict. Opening paths with courage. This is the powerful spirit that the founder wishes to bequeath to all of you. When the wall of prejudice and misunderstanding that aims to separate people appears in people's hearts, it is none other than dialogue based on courage that will tear down this wall.
さらに打ち破るべき壁とは苦難の壁であります。牧内常三郎先生は横暴な日本の軍国主義に反対をして正義の信念を貫き獄死をした。牧内先生と共に獄中闘争を貫いた戸田常生先生は地上から悲惨の二次をなくしたいと願い、地球民族主義を掲げ、生命の尊厳と平和のために立ち上がりました。
Another barrier that needs to be surmounted are the walls of hardship and suffering. During World War II, Tsunesaburo Makiguchi, the originator of the philosophy of Soka education, opposed the tyranny of the Japanese militarists. As a result, he was imprisoned but maintained his convictions up to the moment of his death in prison. His disciple and successor, Josei Toda, was imprisoned together with his mentor. Mr. Toda later declared that his goal in life was to banish misery from the planet. He held fast to the visionary idea of global citizenship and stood up to protect the dignity of life and realize peace.
この命を賭した歴史がどれほど創価教育がアジア諸国や世界各国から信頼される深い原点となったか計り知れません。勇気を持って苦難と戦い、平和と正義の信念を貫くことは世界性を持つことでもあります。
This history, in which the founders of Soka education risked everything, including their lives, has been key in contributing to the appreciation for this educational philosophy in Asia and throughout the world. Confronting hardship with courage and persevering for peace and justice manifests universal values and gains the trust of people beyond one's borders.
また人間自体には仏法でいう生老病死、また愛別陸という苦しみがあります。故にこの苦難に立ち向かう勇気、そして他者の苦難に同苦し励ます慈悲には世界を結ぶ力があります。
There are also fundamental forms of suffering that are experienced by all and which are inherent to human life. Buddhism describes this as the four sufferings of birth, old age, sickness, and death, the suffering of inevitable parting from those we love. Thus, the courage with which we meet these challenges, as well as the compassion to empathize with and encourage others who suffer, has the power to unite the world.
創立者はインドのラジブ・ガンジーがテロの犠牲になった後、家族を全力でこのように励ましました。人生には暴風雨があり、暗い夜もある。それを越えれば苦しみの深かった分だけ大きな幸福の朝が光る。運命を価値に転換してください。その人が人間としての勝利者です。王者です。と。
The founder extended his deepest sympathies and wholehearted encouragement to the family of the late Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi after he was felled at the hands of terrorists. He said, quote, "Though there may be torrential downpours and dark nights, if you weather these things, a dazzling morning aglow with happiness will await you. The deeper your suffering, the brighter and more luminous the happiness that will greet you on the dawn. Please change your destiny into a source of great value. Those who can do this are truly victorious and peerless as human beings." End quote.
必ずや皆さんは自らの苦難を勇気で乗り越え、悩める人々の味方となる慈悲の力へと変えていってください。SUA の4年間の中にその種は確実に植えられていると確信をいたします。この度の東日本大震災では SUA 出身者も被災をしました。しかしその地で勇敢に被災者や子どもたち、在日外国人の救援を続けてきたことも SUA 卒業生の誇りであります。
I urge you to courageously prevail over your hardships and to turn your pain into a powerful wellspring of compassion, compassion that enables you to be a true friend to those who suffer. I have conviction that, owing to the 4 years you have spent at SUA, the seeds of compassion are already in your hearts. There were 2 SUA graduates among those impacted by the devastating earthquake that struck Japan this past March. But they remained courageously in the afflicted region, engaging in relief activities and supporting the victims of the disaster, especially children and other foreign residents in Japan. Their example will remain as an important chapter in the history of SUA.
第3に、慈悲を根幹に協調の力を結集せよという点であります。エレノア・ルーズベルトは大事業を成し遂げる条件をこう語っている。個性を伸ばすことと並んで他人と協力することも同じぐらい大切なことになる。そのためには他人について学ぶことがぜひ必要になってくる。他人との付き合いの中から最善を引き出すことを学ばなければならなくなってくると。
The third point I would like to stress is the importance of mobilizing the forces of harmony and collaboration based on the spirit of compassion. Eleanor Roosevelt wrote the following about the prerequisites for great undertakings, and I quote, "Along with the need for individual development, there is also an equally pressing need to work cooperatively. This, of course, involves learning about people and finding out how to draw the best from your association with them. Mutual respect is the basis of all civilized human relationships, end quote.
社会では、たとえ力があっても、周囲から孤立すれば、自由であるようで最後は負けてしまう。むしろ、周囲と協調し、多様な力を結集するところが勝利をする。それは常に創立者が訴えている点でもあります。皆さんは研究や職場で、地域や世界で他者の良きところに学び、協調して大きな成果を収めていく姿勢を大切にしていただきたいのであります。
Regardless of how outstanding your individual abilities may be, if you isolate yourself from others and the rest of society, you will not prosper in the end, even if, for a time, you seem to enjoy freedom from the interference and concerns of others. Rather, we are able to achieve our greatest victories when we work in partnership with others, mobilizing the skills and abilities of a wide array of people. This is a point that the founder often stresses. I would like to ask you to please study others' virtues, learn from people's best aspects as you realize great achievements at your place of research, at your jobs, in the community, and in the world.
以上3点にわたり、知恵の光で一遇を照らす、勇気で壁を破れ、そして慈悲を根幹に協調の力を結集せよという3点を述べましたが、今後の皆さん方の何らかの方になれば光栄であります。
So I have just spoken about 3 ideas, first of which is illuminate the corner of the world you inhabit with the light of wisdom. Secondly, the importance of courageously breaking through obstacles and bringing down walls. And third, the importance of mobilizing the forces of harmony and collaboration based on the spirit of compassion. I would be most honored if my words provide food for thought as you consider your future course in life.
ともあれ創立者の心を受け継ぐ創価教育同窓の世界市民の連帯が世界を包み人類を平和と幸福へと変えていく時代が必ず来ます。モスクワ大学はこの2011年創立者ロモノーソフ生誕300周年を盛大に祝賀しながら21世紀の第2の10年の出発をいたします。我が SUA もいよいよ第2の10年の出発であります。このさらなる建設の10年は、卒業生の皆さんにとっても重要な10年となります。
I am confident that the time will come when the graduates of the Soka schools will, as heirs to the spiritual legacy of the founder and in solidarity as global citizens, contribute in places everywhere throughout the world, leading global society in the direction of peace and happiness. I would like also to note that this year, Moscow State University embarks upon the second decade of the 21st century, celebrating the 300th birthday anniversary of its founder, Mikhail Lomonosov, in 1711. SUA is also about to start its second decade of history. This next decade will be one of further construction for the university and will be a critical one for the lives of each member of this graduating class.
私が大学を卒業した際に、創立者からは、まず10年を目標に、忍耐と持続で頑張れというふうに言われたことを今でも覚えております。
I recall that as I readied myself to enter the workforce, my father encouraged me to be patient and persevere, looking ahead at least 10 years.
今日母校を育つ7期生の皆さんも、これからの10年の努力こそ、卒業生の皆さんにとって社会での活躍の土台となります。そして卒業生の社会での勝利こそが本当の意味での母校の勝利であります。この10年もまたこれから一生、生涯、母校とともに前進ということをこのスローガンに皆さんがこれからますます発展をし、また素晴らしい活躍をすることを心から念願をし、私のお祝いの講演とさせていただきます。
Your hard work in the first 10 years after your graduation will create the indispensable foundation for your later actions and contributions in society. Your success and victory in society will be the real proof of victory for Soka University of America. Allow me, therefore, to conclude my congratulatory address by expressing my earnest wish that you advance together with and alongside your alma mater in the coming decade and throughout your lives.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your profound speech on this special day. Now, I'd like to ask Provost Dr. Tomoko Takahashi to present the candidate for degrees.
Mr. President, before I present the candidates, it is my great pleasure and honor to recognize the faculty of Soka University of America. With our faculty, our faculty are mentors and friends. In their teaching, they inspire. In their scholarship, they set an example of lifelong learning and intellectual inquiry. Ladies and gentlemen, and especially the class of 2011, I invite you to recognize and thank them once again for all of their special efforts. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great pleasure and honor to present to you the undergraduate class of 2011. Will the bachelor's degree candidates please stand? Mr. President, these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend that they be admitted to this degree.
With the recommendation of the faculty, the approval of the Board of Trustees, and by the authority vested in me as the President of the Soka University of America, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
As a symbol of your graduation, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Right to the left. As a symbol of your graduation, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. I would now like to ask the Dean of Faculty, Dr. Edward Fiesel, to call upon the undergraduate class of 2011.
Today, we are presenting degrees to students of the undergraduate class of 2011. Students who will be graduating with honors will be called with one of the following categories of honors: cum laude, 3.5 GPA, magna cum laude, 3.7 GPA, summa cum laude, 3.9 GPA. Will the candidates please come to the center of the stage to receive their diploma? Seshia Abe. Ali Essen, magna cum laude. Tommy Reese Aldorando Jimenez, cum laude. Amber Marie Ozano, cum laude. Garrett Michael Braun, summa cum laude. Caitlin Marie Brazer, cum laude. Barbara Lily Bulici, cum laude. Choi Shin Chen, magna cum laude. Jason Chang, cum laude. Shira Chowdhury. Erica Chen. Andy H. Cheong. Asta Chikara, cum laude. Chun Kiat Chua, magna cum laude. Jennifer Nagisa Cook. Wendy Nicole Cook, cum laude. Andrew Joseph D'Ambroso, summa cum laude. Natalia Alba Dare, cum laude. Alyssa Darian Dom, cum laude. Astrid Maria Dorantes. Kimberly Nicole England. Charmaine Alteres Escobar. Rory Nicholas Frost. Nimzi Garcia. Michelle Yukiko Hamada, magna cum laude. Takako Hashida, summa cum laude. Heidi Catherine Helgerson. Dennis Koichi Hirata. Buniyad Usmanovich Holmatov, magna cum laude. Endubisi Ebe, cum laude. Yuko Igawahara. Nozomi Inukai, summa cum laude. Yuko Ishimaru. Jihi Jolly, cum laude. Unjung Jung, magna cum laude. Danny Jurado. Zhang Quan Kan, magna cum laude. Teruo Kasukawa, cum laude. Pavitra Kavya. Masatoshi Kishi. Tetsuro Kizaki, cum laude. Emiko Kobayashi, magna cum laude. Ichiro Kobayashi, cum laude. Alvin Yuuki Koike, cum laude. Erica Koizumi, cum laude. Hideto Koizumi, summa cum laude. Stacy Seiko Koyama, summa cum laude. Justin Kazuaki Kunimoto. Yunji Janice Lee, cum laude. Justin Edward Levine, magna cum laude. Yumi Look, magna cum laude. Carly Martin, magna cum laude. Julie Jane Martin. Elizabeth Marie Mendoza. Nobuko Mitsuoka, magna cum laude. Yuko Miyama, summa cum laude. Yujiro Mori, magna cum laude. Riri Nagao. Masaru Nakajima, magna cum laude. Jenny Ng, cum laude. Yoshihiro Nomura. Maya Takako Jennifer Ono. Edelweiss Rose Pyman, summa cum laude. Alexandra Rodriguez, cum laude. Crystal June Rausch, summa cum laude. Elaine Chang Sandoval, summa cum laude. Akira Shimizu, magna cum laude. Yoshiyuki Shiomi. Taiko Shoji, magna cum laude. Danny Elizabeth Seams, cum laude. Nitesh Sil. Jean Marcus dos Santos e Silva. Naoka Takahashi, cum laude. Millie Tamarez. Henri Tanabe, cum laude. Megumi Julie Tanaka, magna cum laude. Mihoko Tanaka, cum laude. Julius Kenji Taniguchi. Jolie Vicheka T, magna cum laude. Akiko Tomita, magna cum laude. Ryan Akira Welch. Scott Williams, cum laude. Alicia Monlian Wong, summa cum laude. Kenji Luke Yamada, summa cum laude. Amy Yamamoto. Takako Christina Yoshizawa, magna cum laude. My heartiest congratulations to the undergraduate class of 2011.
Please be seated. Thank you. Today's graduates have selected from among their peers 3 students to speak on their behalf. Please welcome first to the stage Miss Crystal Rausch.
Good afternoon, everyone. Flipping through the journal that I kept in my freshman year at SUA, I found an interesting entry. It read, "I can't help but feel like I've ruined my life going to Soka." I wrote that entry during a period when someone described me as distant, somewhat cold, and intimidatingly unapproachable. At the time, my exit strategy was to meet no one, get good grades, graduate. But my master plan was foiled. You see, the class of 2011 had other plans in store for me. You guys tricked me out of the 24-hour reading room. There was even one instance of kidnapping. You forced me out of my bedroom on multiple occasions. You made me make friends with you. Although it was annoying and I didn't appreciate it at first, I began to realize that people weren't making me enjoy my life at SUA. No, I wanted to enjoy my life, but I needed kind smiles, warm words, and the occasional kidnapping to let me know that if I shared myself with others, I could experience and learn incredible things. I really have to thank my class for looking out for me and teaching me this important lesson. So I have a favor to ask of all the underclassmen. Please take care of each other. I know that the crystals of your class would really appreciate it if you trick them out of studying once in a while and encourage them to enjoy their time here at SUA. The time that we have here is short and precious, after all. This culture of care is something that we should strive to cultivate outside of SUA. I believe that this is one of the more important ways we can live contributive lives. Lucky 7, class of 11. Regardless of whether we end up as grocery baggers or future professors, the simplest, most fundamental way we can contribute positively to the world in any area is by caring about those around us. Even the people who seem cold and distant, like I once did. In this way, we can change people the way you changed me, and we can change the world together. I didn't appreciate this aspect of SUA enough while I was here, so many thanks are due. Thank you to my 2011 classmates, my upperclassmen, and my underclassmen for all your words of encouragement. Thank you to all my professors who instilled confidence in me when I doubted my abilities. And of course, thank you to my sisters who still love me even though I, at the age of 21, am still a brat. To my friends back home who allowed me to move away for 4 years. To my aunt and uncle who flew around the world to see me today, and to those family members who couldn't attend. And to my parents. My father, without whose support I literally would not have been able to attend SUA. I love you, Dad. I don't know where you are. And to my mother, who told me that once I graduated, I would thank her for encouraging me to attend SUA. I didn't believe you at the time, but now I'm graduating, Mom, and I give my thanks to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Crystal. Please welcome Mr. Muhammad Hassan, better known as Ali, to the stage. Thank you.
I couldn't resist screaming for everyone as they walked by, so you'll have to excuse me, but I think I'm losing my voice. I have to confess, I was conflicted about accepting the nomination to speak today. On the one hand, I was ecstatic to have the opportunity to express how fortunate I am to be graduating with such an exemplary and fabulous group of individuals. On the other hand, I question what it meant, what I could say to the class of 2011 at this particular moment that would be valuable and encouraging. So for weeks, I racked my brain and I searched my soul for inspiration to offer to you today. At first, I adopted the eat, drink, and be merry approach because I thought the endorphins would elevate me to a higher plateau of wisdom. You know, if it wasn't for the hangovers, it might have worked. Well, if one extreme on the spectrum didn't work, I thought to myself, surely the extreme on the opposite end wouldn't fail me. So for a few days, I became an ascetic and a hermit, barricading myself in my room. For abandoning that approach, I blame my youth and its proclivity to find fun and temptation, even in the most desperate circumstances. Thinking back on it now, these types of extreme behaviors haven't been uncommon occurrences in my 4 years here, and they certainly haven't been unique to me. As outliers on the spectrum of normal people and normal behavior, 2011 has attempted things which, in hindsight, seem certifiably deranged. There was a time when we were so keen on screaming, "Get some," our class cheer, that we had begun to yell it at complete strangers. It was heartbreaking, but not surprising that they did not understand what we meant. I still recall some especially well-adjusted students walking around in underwear, and I know of at least a couple of us that swam through Peace Lake. Then there was the time SUA had to put a fence around our campus because a group of students had decided to go camping in the canyon at night. And let's not forget the day when Jay Heffron, our Dean of Students, had to hold a meeting with 2011 because of the immeasurable number of alcohol bottles found in the residence hall recycling bins. Jay, we did not take it easy on you, and for that, I apologize. On a more positive note, at least we recycled. We are all somewhat guilty of experimenting with our common sense. But it would be unfair to suggest that we have been any less dedicated to our studies than we have been to our extracurricular activities. If anything, we are prone to exhibit an equally radical passion for our academics. Staying up for days on a caffeine high while wearing the same pair of sweats would not raise a single one of our eyebrows. And the results speak for themselves. Members of our class are attending top-notch graduate universities. Many have found incredible internships and job opportunities. And I believe that we are the only class with so many students who completed capstone almost a month in advance. So it occurs to me, how are we to adjust our strange and extreme behaviors to meet the relative routine and predictability of adult lives? As we proceed into the real world with diplomas in hand, we may realize we are not prepared to deal with the despairs of day in, day out sort of work. During these moments, if we find ourselves discouraged and beaten, having lost sight of our mission and sense of purpose, it will be critical to reflect at our education at SUA. Liberal arts schools are founded not with the emphasis of how much knowledge can be imparted to students, but to, quote, teach you how to think. They carry a human value and not just a material payoff. Although this is an accepted cliche in describing a liberal arts education, it nevertheless holds merit. At a place like SUA, our education isn't meant to help us acquire the capacity to think. Instead, the significance of a Soka education has been in helping us to choose what to think about. To better illustrate my point, I wish to draw upon one of my favorite authors, David Foster Wallace, who, thinking back on it now, inspired me in portions of this speech. He said the, quote, really important kind of freedom involves attention and awareness and discipline, and being able to truly care about other people and to sacrifice for them over and over in myriad, petty, unsexy ways, every day. That is real freedom. That is being educated and understanding how to think. The alternative is unconsciousness, the default setting, the rat race, the constant gnawing sense of having had and lost some infinite thing. End quote. It may seem obvious now, but we must carry a level of critical awareness of our certainties and of ourselves. The banality and frustration of the adult routine can gradually slip us into an unconscious default setting where we become increasingly selective of what we observe and how we measure value. As we become increasingly self-absorbed, our world shrinks to accommodate only our individual desires. And the real world won't jolt us back to our critically aware selves because it spins on the same default modes. If ever you feel yourself slipping into the default, remember this. Even if our experiences here haven't prepared us to deal with the boredom and frustration in our future lives, SUA has imparted the value of education and the freedom to think through it. This is real freedom because it is the kind where we have learned the value in caring about people and creating a better world. To our friends and relatives, I can simply say thank you for raising us to value in education. Your love and support are the primary reasons we are graduating today with a world-class degree. At this point, I'd like to add to my parents and my sister who could not make it today, you are here in my heart. I love you and I'm thinking about you. To SUA's professors and administration, I can only repeat what everyone already knows. Yours is the most honorable and most elevated of all professions. And to our beloved underclassmen, SUA is one of the foremost liberal arts universities. Invest yourselves in your time here, you have remaining here, and you will thank yourself. My dearest friends and peers, the graduating class of 2011, you have my everlasting respect and appreciation for the compassion and encouragement you have shown me. I cannot emphasize how much I have grown in your company. The best metaphor for our relationship is awful. So forgive me, but I'm going to say it anyway. You can be the vodka to my chaser. You can be the Kanye to my stronger. You can be the Soka to my vision. And you can be the perfect to my ending. 2011, I wish you way more than luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you very much. Also representing the class of 2011, please welcome Ms. Astrid Durantes. Thank you.
Hi, Mom. Ooh. To my dear class of 2011, congratulations. It is with sincere honor that I stand here before you saying, we did it. With joy, I take this opportunity to let you know how immensely proud I am to be your classmate, your friend, and your sister. Today is a very special day where we celebrate our accomplishments and embark on our future. However, I would like to take this moment to take you back a few years. Imagine how you were in the fall of 2007. Do you remember our enthusiasm? Like Ali said, after Talent Blast, we all repeated the chant, "Get some," not knowing where it came from. However, it was then that our unity began to show. From then on, the class of 2011 was determined to show upperclassmen what a great, unified, and spirited class we were. Boy, we showed them that spirit rally. That same year, we began our journey to become that steady stream of global citizens committed to living a contributive life. It was our expected determination to live up to the name of our school and create value. However, at that time, I couldn't really grasp the meaning of those phrases, living a contributing life or creating value. Nonetheless, today, that is different. For me, it started the day that I met one of SUA's admission counselors. He came to visit my high school and show me a virtual tour of Soka University. He shared the university's mission statement, and that was all it took to convince me I had to become a student at SUA. After graduating high school, I was determined to change the world. I didn't know how I would do it, but for some reason, I knew I would learn the right steps at Soka University. Coming from an intense charter high school, I was always encouraged to aim for more recognized universities, but I had set my mind on a younger, prestigious college. After receiving my acceptance letter, it was time to start my journey. My first stop was Sunset Hall. I came here not knowing what the campus looked like, aside from pictures. I met wonderful peers and professors. I shared with them smiles, but never the reason why I chose to attend SUA. For those that don't know, I would like to share my story with you. On March of 2003, my stepfather, who was general manager of the National City Transit, had been suffering from heart problems and had to undergo a bypass surgery. His surgery was a success, but a few days later, his body caught an infection and fell into a coma for a month, until he passed away May of that year. Although my stepfather had been in the hospital for a month, his death was unexpected. It turned to be the beginning of my family's challenges. Because of my father's role was so important at home, our lifestyles were forced to change when he was gone. There were times where I saw my mom work very hard, yet still she fell behind on house or utility payments. Regardless of how tough our situation was at home, my mother did not shed a tear and stayed strong. Under these difficult conditions, my mom continued her best to support me. Family members and people from my community offered help in any way possible. monetarily, emotionally, and spiritually. It was then that I realized how important relationships with people and my desire to give back to my community was ignited. This is the reason why I take the mission of SUA to heart, especially living a contributive life. In the name of all my peers, I take this time to say, thank you, Mom, Dad, sister, brothers, relatives, professors, friends, donors. You have influenced a big part of our accomplishments. Here at SUA, I have learned the right steps that will lead me to accomplish my goal of working for others. Reflecting on these past 4 years, SUA is the perfect place to learn to create value, but most importantly, to identify what are the things most significant to us. Being a Soka student has granted us the opportunity to share deep and heartfelt connections that allow us to hear the story of our peers. Through them, we have understood that there are all kinds of struggles in life, that people come here for different reasons and with different challenges to overcome. At the same time, we can recognize that although our paths may be different, our ultimate goal in life is the same. We want to go out there and work for the world. We want to make a positive change and be advocates for peace. Here, we have learned to treasure friendship, education, efforts, struggles, and much more. We have learned to stand firm on what we believe is just. We have developed our own ethics. Now, class of 2011, it is your turn to go out and put all of this into practice. I challenge you to go out and help someone every chance you get. Albert Einstein once said, quote, "Try not to become a man of success, but a man of value." Before leaving this campus, I want you all to remember that through the time of our stay at this university, we've learned that this campus is made out of travertine. Travertine is a rock that is meant to last more than 2,000 years. But little do we realize that we are the true travertine of SUA. After all, in the first entrance ceremony message, Dr. Ikeda stated, quote, "In founding SUA, I have been possessed by a burning, impassioned desire to foster many proud, confident leaders for world peace, people of a stature like that of the great, majestic trees, and whose efforts will benefit humanity in 100, 200, 500, and 1,000 years into the future." Once again, congratulations, Soka Lions of 2011. Now go out in the world and roar.
Crystal, Ari, Astrid, thank you very much for your beautiful speech. I feel we accomplished great things here. It is now my great pleasure to present the Founders Award, which honors that graduate whose record of academic excellence and whose integrity and service to the university exemplify the founding idea of the SUA. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Hiromasa Ikeda to help present the award. This year's Founders Award recipient is Elaine Sandoval.
This is such an honor to be representing the class of 2011. We've all accomplished so many things, and they've supported me so much through everything that I've accomplished. And also, thank you so much to my family. I really feel as if I'm standing here representing my parents and my grandparents and all my aunts and uncles and extended family as well. And thank you to my professors. I cherished all my memories with you, and really I think that you're the people I'm going to miss the most when I leave SUA. I'd like to thank the founder as well. I think, we received a lot of gifts from him last night as the class of 2011, and we also received a beautiful message from him. But more than that, I think it's all of his work that really goes into his writing and all of the books that he's published that have really inspired all of us to join him in his vision for the future of the world. And it's because of all that he's written that I've been really inspired to go ahead and pursue my dream. So I'd really like to thank Mr. Ikeda as well, even though he can't be here today. Thank you, and good luck, underclassmen.
Congratulations, Elaine. Congratulations, that's so wonderful. As you must have observed by now, we're fortunate at SUA to have such a rich and talented pool of young musicians and singers. To celebrate the graduation of the class of 2011, they will now perform for us Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Symphony No. 9. After the performance, we'll begin the recessional. Please wait for the platform party and the class of 2011 to exit the stage, and then before leaving your own seats. Following the recessional, right out here at Founders Walk, we'll have a reception, and we hope to see you all there. Now please welcome the SUA Student Chorus and Orchestra. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2011. Thank you for your attendance today.